Hello, good evening. Good to be back on Twitch. This is the MMocracy, and I am live here on my stream coming at you from beautiful, sunny United States of America, Arizona. And here I am, I'm at level 32. I did some grinding off stream. When did I do that? I did that yesterday. I cooked some steaks yesterday. And I had a little bit of time in between cooking steaks and the other stuff I was doing to play EQ, only for about 30 to 40 minutes. So I was able to Sunnyside State, would that not um oh, I said the sunny United States. I'm just not being very loud or articulate, but Skyless Raven, so good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Oh goodness. I need to get my map up here. I need to get a little bit of I need to get some caffeine in me, honestly, more than anything. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good. And it's good to be back on Twitch after a day break. And I did my a lot of video editing yesterday. I edited two videos, one academic video for my master's degree program, and then one video for YouTube. The YouTube video did really, by my standards, you know, not by like Mr. Beast standards, right? The YouTube video did really well. Let me see. Let me see where we're at as of right now. I want to see this Sarnak recruit. I want to see if he's got a dagger. I'm debating on just calling the dagger kind of a loss here. I've been at that spot for so long. Let's see. We are at almost 200 views on the Monsters and Memories first impression video, so that's great. Did I pass my masters? I don't know, actually. Maybe I should look. Maybe when I get a little bit of med time, I'll take a look at that and see. I'm assuming that I did. It was a pretty good video. I would say that as long as you submit something, you're gonna pass within reason, right? Then I cannot grant you the rank of master. Well, I just don't know if they've graded it yet. But I have 2 weeks left until I attain the rank of master anyway. 2 more weeks of schoolwork, and then I will be graduated. So yeah, we'll run back out. I have something special planned for this stream tonight, as I'm sure you saw in the stream description. In that tonight we are going to head to the tomb of Dalnir. Long have we waited, and hard have we fought to get to this point. I mean, goodness. I can't even do a slash played. The only, like, slash played indicator that I have is more of like a slash streamed. And I can't... I'm trying to see if there's any way to see how much I've streamed. Analytics, here we go. From October 15th to November 13th, I have streamed 100 hours, almost on the nose. So 100 hours, and that's just from October whatever. Although, if I remember right, and Skyless helped me out with this, yep, the WoW streams, that's what I was just about to say. I don't remember when we did the WoW streams. Like, when did that become a thing. I feel like that was the very beginning of October. And wow, that didn't really last very long, did it? I think I did maybe 6 or 7 WoW streams and was like, eh, I don't really want to do this anymore. I don't know why. I guess it just didn't really quite, I don't know. It didn't really quite scratch the itch. I've never watched Star Wars. Yeah, I've definitely watched Star Wars. I mean, it depends on which Star Wars. I've watched the original Star Wars several times. I've seen the new, well, the 2000, whatever, 2001, like the 90s, 2000s Star Wars. I've seen each of those at once, and once was enough. Have I watched any Star Wars past that? I think I watched like one of the Star Wars movies that's come out in the last 5 to 10 years. And I don't. Oh yeah, it's the Kylo Ren. So yeah. If it's any Star Wars that didn't happen in the '90s, there is like a 99% chance that I will not understand anything about it. But if it is the Empire, or excuse me, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, then I will understand it, most likely. Unless you go like just, absolutely deep, which there are people out there that know so much about the Star Wars. It's from episode 3 with Anakin Skywalker being great. Yeah, see, like that era of Star Wars is lost on me. I know I've seen all 3 of the 1, 2, 3s, but only one time each, and it was probably a really long time ago. We need some music. You were in the elitist stage of your life. I think I still am in the elitist stage of my life for that specific subject. I just don't like the new Star Wars. I think they really they nailed it on the first one and they've been trying to do it ever since. Or when I say they, like George Lucas, he peaked early. I think he peaked early. I like this guy's name. His name looks like somebody smashed on a keyboard. I like Axmo too. He's funny. Let's see. Mogas. The new Star Wars make the prequels look like they are god tier. I'll be honest, I don't truthfully I don't think any singular Star Wars movie is god tier. They're good. Like they're good movies, don't get me wrong. I don't know. They're like good but they're cheesy good. They're kind of good because you want them to be good. And that's okay. Like if people derive joy from it, even the prequels or even the newest ones, if that's like your thing and you enjoy it, then by all means. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm running around as a little lizard on a 24-year-old elf and dragon simulator. So it's you know, oh no, I have fallen. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a beef with any of them. I think out of the ones that are out there, I think the original three are the best ones. The I guess no, I kind of do have a beef with the very first prequel. I think it's just like kind of like uh, I don't know what they were doing with that movie. I have a beef with Jar Jar Binks and pod racing. It was like, how do we sell merchandise through a movie? Okay, now magnify that by 20. Good, go. That's how I felt like the original Star Wars was, or the original prequel was. I mean, they don't get me wrong, they sold merchandise. They sold the crap out of merchandise on the old Star Wars too. I know, I was there. I had the Millennium Falcon that was like this freaking big before the prequels came up. I mean, they were shit. They were still selling merchandise. I just swore, my bad. Still selling merchandise in the 90s, like when I was a kid. The newest ones are such trash movies that it's like Jurassic World. They share a timeline and part of the name, but they never belong on the screen. I love the 1 through 6. They're all good in their own ways. Maybe I should give them a rewatch. Maybe I should give them a little, uh, a second chance, a chance at redemption. I don't know if I'm ready for it though. Look at this coinage. Holy smokes. I've got so I've got so much coin. I wouldn't rewatch them if you don't like pod racing. Fair enough. Oh, we're so close to 1,000 plat. We're almost there. Who knows? Maybe I'll like pod racing this time. I have 6 sets of Words of Kazakh Thule. Star Wars were original soap operas. I mean, there were soap operas before Star Wars, but I think I know what you mean. And then the newest ones are just action movies, and it's not done very good. I believe the phrase was space opera is what they called it. Words of detachment. I don't think I have these yet. You're spicy tonight, Skyless. Hold up. Oh, words of sentient, words of I saw the Azea and I was like, wait a minute. And then words of the extinct. Which, if I have words of quickening, we can just make a quick, easy. Which I do. I get very triggered. I think you brought it up. Or I guess you brought up the original one. Should we give this away? There's really nobody to give it away to. Let's see. 1822 Ix neck all. These guys all seem like they're doing okay. I do that all the time, Skyless. I'll like think of something that frustrates me and then I'll just get my own self worked up. So I guess we can sell this for a quick, easy 5 plat. That's always nice. That research skill kind of does help uh, pay some bills, even though it costs a lot of money to get the research skill. And there's a good chance that I could, if I really wanted to tonight, I could sit here and figure out like all the different combines that I have. Yeah, I've got 7 sets of words of motion. This is for the Call of Bones. That's good, actually. That's a level 34 Lich spell, so it's good I have those. But I need Words of Neglect and Words of Endurance for that. I see the Words of Neglect. I don't have... Oh, I have the Words of Endurance too, so like I could research that at 34. That's good to have. So there's quite a few like spells that coming up. I don't mind the female lead they had for the newest Star Wars, but it just played more of a woke message. I mean, I think like maybe it was time to try to do something different. But I don't know if that was like what was the intent? I don't know. Really, like at the end of the day, it's all consumerism, right? And like the more you can appeal to different demographics, the more money you make. So even if it's like they can say like, "Oh, we wanted to have this because of this," but like I see right through that shit. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot on stream. Like you want to have as many different demographics in a movie because it makes sense from a money standpoint. And it's not like a movie is well, I mean, I guess you could say like, yeah, maybe there's some kid out there who watches it and they go, "Oh, that's like me. That person's like me. I want to be like him." That part I can see. But you know, beyond that, I feel like it's just how do we make as much money as possible, which I mean, that's just the way the system is designed to work. Okay, we are gonna head out to Dalnir. This is exciting. I have not gone to Dalnir yet on this character, so I'm trying to think. I have a do I have the level 20? That's the level 34 spell. I guess I'm kind of never been to Dalnir. What are you talking about, Skyless? I need to get rid of some stuff in my bags before I go out to Dalnir. Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth. Oh, one thing I did get to do last night off stream was I played Phantasy Star Online with my mom. So my mom is like a veteran gamer, and I'm gonna actually I recorded footage for it. But I think I'm going to need probably about 10 hours worth of footage to really truly do it justice. And then I'll edit it all down into maybe a 20-minute, 15, 20-minute video of my mom playing games. It's going to be pretty. I've already got kind of a storyboard built up in my head. I just need to put pen to paper. It's Phantasy Star Online, so it's still an MMO. It still counts. Hmm. We have so much junk. I need to put this up. I need to put this up. Actually, I'm going to hang on to this. Never got into Phantasy Star. It's a little bit of a slow burn. I would say it's probably one of those, like, if you don't have the nostalgia for it now, it'd probably be really hard to get into. Crazy scales. It probably falls similarly into EverQuest, where it's like hard to get new people into it. But she's been playing it since 2001, so it's funny because like I got her into it back then all those years ago. Neutral rockets. Yes, Dalnir is on the agenda. We are headed there right now. You guys are gonna watch me struggle my ass off in Dalnir. Oh man, I'm swearing. That's the third time. Okay, 3 strikes, you're out. No more swearing. This is a hype stream to promote the next stream. Don't listen to him. We're going to Dalnir. Look, there's Warslick's Woods right there. Yeah, we're gonna head out there and just tool around. Kind of, it's gonna be really exploratory. Like I'll probably do a lot of like invising around and kind of seeing where to go. Before I really pick a spot and say, yep, this is where I want to. In fact, really what we need to do is pull up the wiki. So I'm gonna bind myself here. That way, it's still in Warslicks, but it's not like I'm bound to the Sarnak fort, and I don't want to die and go run back from the Sarnak fort. That would be bad. So we'll pull up the wiki. And let's make a game plan here for Dalnir. And then something else, please be patient. I'm going to pull up my list of gear, although we may have it here. It may be right here where we need it in the key items or unique items. So, let's see. Okay, we're just going to pull up the list. Give me 1 second here. Goodness, I've been doing a lot of work on my computer. There's a lot of files. It's no longer in my recent files. Shoot. Now I have to find it. There we go. Solo self-found necro gear. Okay, so there's 2. Tattered Tomb Shroud is 1. That gives you int 2 HP 30. That's pretty nice. It's dropped by a Coerce Revenant. That's a level 29 to 30 Necro that's found on the first level. So you can see here, I'll zone in here, and then we got to be really careful in this. You don't ever want to hang out in here. There's so many pathing mobs. We'll have to find a safe spot. Maybe we can kill this guy somewhere in here. But he is a Necro, so he's going to have a pet, and he's going to cast spells. So that's kind of another thing that we're going to have to figure out how to deal with. He drops the Tattered Tomb Shroud. I guess we can get this wand. It's maybe not. It doesn't really look that good. If we get it, we get it. Okay, then the Tattered Tomb Tattered Arm Wrappings. That's dropped by the Spectral Crusader. He's only a level 24, and you can see he's all over the 3rd level. But I want to say the Crusader room is this one, number 4 here. This is actually really good. 15 or 1 int, 15 mana. Not like crazy good, but it's decent. You know, it's 15 more mana. The next item is the Grave Sandals. Man, I've got some epic music playing. I kind of want to turn it on so you guys can hear it, but we'll just stick with the no music theme. This has got 2 int and 10 mana, and it drops from Lumpy Goo. And these we can find. This is the 2nd floor. I think when you drop down to right here. So there's going to be some spots we can kill some Lumpy Goo. So really I'm just kind of building a list in my head of like what do I need to watch out for. And then the next one is the Worm-Eaten Gloves. That's got 3 int on it. That also drops off Lumpy Goo. So we could camp the Lumpy Goos for a chance at 2 items. And then looking down, it looks like that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the majority of it, if not all of it. Let's see. There you are. Okay, let me catch up on chat here. I take it back. The Sarnax are not as good money as the Giants, really. I thought I made more money on Sarnax. But the Giants give words up to level 34, which is like insane. So if you need your level 34 spells, like Giants are where it's at, honestly. It's so good to have both of you here in stream and anybody else that's watching. And then to anybody that wants to watch them, or that does watch my YouTube videos later, thank you for your support as well. Dang, you got a forest loop. Nice. I didn't get a forest loop. I'm going to go for as long as I can tonight, but just full disclosure to everybody in here. I feel like somebody's sticking a knife in my ribs right now. I'm not sure when it just started happening as I was driving home. I had a really great run today. I was getting up to like my natural speed, which is around a 7-minute mile pace. I was running that pace for about a mile. Not as good as I used to be. I used to go for 5 miles at 7 minutes. That was the good old days when I was running all the time. Yeah, if you got lucky on the weapon drops, then definitely. I don't seem to ever really get lucky on the weapon drops. I think I got 1 or 2, maybe 1 weapon and 1 forest giant tunic, which the tunic is nice. It sells for like 65 plat. And it looks like there's really nobody in the giant fort right now. I'm not sure where all these people are, but they're not here. So we could always come back. if we really wanted to. But I've been waiting. You guys know we've been talking about Dalnir quite a bit. You had to have gotten lucky on Animal Simulator. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm a little bit off. I'm a little bit off. The rib pains are no joke. You're absolutely right. Like it's sticking me right here. Probably a bad night to choose to go to a dangerous zone like Dalnir, but we will persevere. Yeah, I appreciate that, neutral. Tripped over yourself and cracked a rib. Ouch. I don't think I've cracked anything. I just have I'm seeing a physical therapist for like shoulder, neck, and back pain. And I just think it's related to that. Yeah, we're early tonight. We're already live 30 minutes and it's just now 7 o'clock my time. But I was wanting to get on stream. I love streaming for you guys. The video that I made of Monsters and Memories is doing pretty good comparatively for my own YouTube. The actual composer of the game actually subscribed to my channel, which I thought was really cool. And I'm going to continue to make Monsters and Memories content as it comes available. What do you guys think of the name Monsters and Memories, though? I don't think it's a bad name, but I think it's a little bit. I feel like you're kind of have a hard time getting people to take your game seriously because it's like Eminem. Like you already have M&M's the candy, which are whimsical, and then you also have Eminem the rapper, who's probably the antithesis of whimsical. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, neutral. I don't like hate the name, but I don't know if I really like the name. I know what they were going for. They were trying to do like a Dungeons and Dragons type Monsters and Memories, right? And then the memories, they're basically they're saying, yes, we appeal to those of you that have fond memories of playing these games that were hardest, tough as nails, and punished you for mistakes and all that. Speaking of mistakes, where's this? Where's this cave? There it is. So I know what they were going for, but it's not very catchy. Eternal Quest. Yeah, so the copying is probably the thing that I think they should be the most concerned about because like it's down to the spell on the Necromancer. Like I noticed that they have virtually the same spells. They may be called something different. And it's not just like, oh hey, thematically like this is similar to where you could get away with, saying it's not a derivative work. But in all honesty, like yeah, it's very very close to potential copyright infringement. Hopefully they have some good folks that are like, I don't know, understand it. There is a 34 shaman here. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, like even down to the experience bar having yellows and blues, like the stats are all the same from what I saw. Like it's very much it's very much it's very close. Okay, so we're at the entrance, which is not necessarily the safest spot to be, but we can just zone out, so it is safe. But yeah, here we are in Dalnir, and this is an expedition. Like the purpose of this is to just see where there are some spots that we can potentially camp. Dak Dog. I was gonna play the Cat Dog theme song when you came in, if you came in tonight. But unfortunately, when I muted all my audio so you guys don't hear the music anymore. Oh, that's Harm Shield. That's not what I wanted. I was like, man, why is Major Shielding taking so long to come up? Um, I have to figure out how to get my sound effects to play with the current audio setup. So the sound effects are on hiatus for right now. It's okay, we'll get there. Vampiric Curse. Be careful, very hard. Yeah, but even down to like the actual items they drop, like the rat teeth, the bat wing, like it's like a cut and paste. Ooh. And then we're gonna be doing a lot of wikiing here. Coerced Teardal. What does she drop? I like how there's actually a misspelling, and that should be Teir. That's interesting. She drops a 1436 two-hander and a canine that's for a quest in Furiona V. I don't want to have high hopes for monsters and memories. We'll get dashed away. I was not saying that you were saying the items were different. I was just saying I was adding to the point that you were making that, or the point that we were all talking about, that the items themselves were very much similar. And yeah, I agree. Like at least they have descriptions versus in EQ they didn't really. Most things didn't have descriptions. So we need to watch out for anybody that's C and Viz. Oh, we have a map. We're gonna go left. Oh, can these see and Viz? No. Oh, can he see and Viz? No. Uh, okay, so there's a bunch of like coerced. Yeah, I'm just trying to see oh, the gyrating goo can see and Viz. That's interesting. Okay, so we gotta be careful. Wow, they are stacked in here. An overgrown it is. And here is, okay, so this main room, if I remember right, is decently safe. And you can see here, Nubosaurus, he's kind of got this locked down. Yeah, I know that there are guys that spawn in the corners, but like if I was to come here and kind of just camp, I would be in this spot. He's uh he's here, so I'm not going to try to like take it from him. That's not really why we're here. I'm trying to remember, what were we looking for on the wiki? We were looking for the lumpy goo, which is on the second level. But I feel like there was something on the first level. What was it on the first level that we were looking for? The coerced revenant. That may be like really tough to get. The Coerced Revenant is around the corner here. We gotta watch out. We don't want any lumpy goos to come up on us. Uh-oh, I feel myself starting to appear. We need to get to safety. Over here is safe. That's why this guy's here. I love how Invis is not like a guarantee. That Invis was supposed to be a 15, 20-minute spell. Yeah, 20 minutes. At least the game gives you a warning, although I need to set up, there's a program that will actually talk to you. You can have it do like audio cues. And it will tell you, you feel yourself starting to appear. I forget the name of it. Okay, so it's around the corner to the right. And there's a lumpy goo in there. That guy casting kind of scared me. He's in that back corner. That's where the Coerced Revenant would spawn. I don't see any conceivable way that I, at this present time, can kill enough of these guys. Because the moment I hit one of them, they're all going to come. That's 3 separate mobs. Potentially 4. So the Coerced Revenant may be a tough one to do. Kind of wondering what this guy's doing. I can do the FD pulls, but with caster mobs, I have to be really careful. Because they'll cast you out of your FD. You can feign, and if they've already started a cast, you're gonna get knocked out of feign death. So what's in here? There's a bunch. Oh shoot. Okay, smoldering goos are not seeing viz. Yeah, you can like potentially pull FD around a corner, but it just gets tough. Like splitting them in that tight of a place is probably going to be really tough. And I'm just checking everything, just I don't want any surprises. Nuke the mob you want in FD. I think I would take too much damage. That does sound like a good strategy, like at a glance, but I think I would take so much damage trying to do that. I don't think I could actually complete it. Oh my goodness. All right. It looks like none of this stuff sees invis. And then here's where we drop down. That right there is where we drop down to the second floor, which I'm debating on doing. Okay, it looks like they like kind of path around. Just gonna take a look at the map here real quick. I'm keeping one eye on my screen. Yep, 4 is pit area down to level 2. Alright, I've got FD and gate on my bar, so we're in pretty good shape. Let's go down to level 2. Hopefully there's not any C and Viz mobs like right here. Oh goodness. Ouch. Ah. 1, I took a lot of damage. 2, I fell into a spot with okay, no C and Vizes. We need to get somewhere where if Invis starts to drop. Oh wow. If Invis starts to drop right now, we're kind of in trouble, so none of this stuff is C Invis though. Oh shoot, oh goodness. They were like right there. Alright, none of this stuff sees invis. And I think that drops down to the 3rd level, if I remember right. Can I, like, jump over this? I'm skirting around. Maybe this is the 3rd level here. Does anything path down here? We can kind of watch and see. This is terrifying. How do you get out? Gate. Gate die, or if you're a melee, good luck. You can see why this is not a very popular place to go. People usually, this is like a bring your own group dungeon. People will form a group, and then they'll go here together to try to get some gear. What were we looking for on the 2nd level? I know we were looking for the worm-eaten gloves. Those are dropped by the lumpy goos. So I'm here. And apparently there's lumpy goos that are in these areas here, and then there's one in that room that we were just walking by. You would think the teethy cell would sense you in invisibility. Yeah. I'm grateful that it doesn't. Okay. I need to get my wits about me here. Oh, I wanted to look at the wiki one more time on the map. So 7 is the pit, and 8 is the checkerboard room. So 7 was this. This right here, you'll fall. If I was to walk on that, I would fall. I would fall to the 3rd floor. And that's actually really close to the Crusader room. Invisibility may mask your scent. You may be right. I don't feel like a lot of things. I haven't seen anything path down here, so I'm playing it kind of safe, and I'm waiting. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm waiting to see, is this a safe place to pull to? Oh. Oh, he wanted to come down, but he didn't. And then also, the other thing I'm wondering is, I walked by the side of this, but I'm afraid with this archway here, am I going to be able to do the same thing? Because it kind of juts out, you know, my body is going to be out there. Let's see. Viz is still up. Okay, as long as you hug the wall. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. I don't know how I could even reasonably pull anything down to there if I wanted to. Is this corner, like, maybe this corner's safe? And I can just pull from, like, 3 spots? Like here, here, and here. That's probably about the extent of what I'll be able to do with my mana. The spawn timer is a 12-minute timer, so I feel like let's see, I want to watch this nibbler. Is there a wiki page dedicated to the nibbler? There is. Let me pull it up. Ravenous nibbler. Okay, we've got one moving towards us. Looks like they don't drop anything but some words. They're level 25 to 29. This corner may be the only place that I could go and try. Okay, that goo does not see invis. What's he doing? A Cly believer. Oh, this is scary. Are there any more like secret pits? Secret pit, pool room. I don't see anything listed as a secret drop on the wiki. Ooh, he's got something special. None of these see invis. I'm just hanging in the areas longer than you would reasonably expect because I want to know if anything paths through here. Ravenous Nibbler. Oh my. I'm breathing heavy. You guys had the heart rate monitor on? Whoa, shit. I freaking jumped. Oh my. Oh, there's a goblin. He's Is the see invis a random thing? I don't think so. There's certain mobs that are see like usually there's see invis mobs that you kind of figure out which are which. See if I can grab this one by his by his tail. Come on. There we go. I got him for a second. Okay, he's not see invis either. So here's the spot I'm kind of looking at is right here. I haven't seen anything pass through here. Kevin, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. I haven't seen anything path in here. So is it possible this is a good spot to pull to? I'm gonna look at the wiki here real quick at some of these. The Cly Imprecator drops the bamboo bow stick. That's probably what he had. Jagged metal shard. Is this for the dagger? The int dagger. So the imprecator is one that I need for the 8 int dagger. Did you guys see that? Visceral dagger here. Let me make sure I'm actually up on the wiki right. Okay. Yeah, this is an 8 int dagger that I could potentially quest out of here. And you need to get 3 parts of the dagger and then the hammer. So you gotta kill Cly Imprecators to get those. So there's some like questmanship we can do in here. And that's kind of what we're doing. We're just checking it out. Dalnir is terrifying. Neutral rockets waiting in anticipation for the inevitable death and corpse run. And it will probably be a D level death because look, I'm only sitting on like 5%. So we're playing it safe if you guys haven't noticed, just to see does anything path through here. Even this seems kind of like I wouldn't want to pull from there. Trying to see what's. These can't see me. Playing it safe, dropping. Well, we know the way out. Oh my. Okay, so the nibblers, Iksars. Okay, this is just that's just not a good spot to be in. With a group, I imagine this would be a great spot. You could pull all those. So let's see. I want to pull, and so I'm pulling these guys. Maybe I can feign death, split them. And then there's a coerced Iksar here. That would be like my first pull, and I would pull him too here. This is solo dungeoning 101 for those of you that haven't ever done anything like this before and you're ever interested in doing it. You don't you don't just go in headstrong and just start, snagging everything. You're looking, oh, I'm starting to appear, so we're gonna fail miserably to re-invis ourselves here. Here we go. Yeah, drink, exactly. The one water I've gotten in the last week foraging. Okay, so let's say I want to go this route. This is going to be the first pull. Uh, this room, though, I just don't. Wait, there was a third guy here. Where did he go? There he is. So it's going to be like, ah, that's a goo. We need. I just don't think I'm going to fear in here. So we're going to get a nuke up just in case I got to like Hail Mary nuke the crap out of something and hope I live. Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to appear again. So I'm still hanging around, just keep going nice and slow because if something does pass through here, I want to know. But so far, everything down that other side hallway does not path. This guy's not been pathing, and he's a solo pull. He's a solo pull. He's a solo pull as long as you don't potentially a solo pull as long as he doesn't social with the nibbler. Okay, that goo I don't need to worry about. And then, oh shoot, there's another goo I don't need to worry about. Alright, so here's one candidate for like a spot to solo in. What other spot were we considering? We were considering out here in this corner right here. We were watching, it looks like he paths by, so that's probably already kind of out of the question. Because he would definitely aggro right here if I was fighting right here. So I'm thinking that's pretty much the spot. Oh, there's like a little goblin in there. Look at that little guy. He's a little coerced goblin. So this is it. Fly Believer, a coerced Iksar, I guess. Yeah, these are all very tightly crammed in here. This, ah! Alright, we're gonna, like, run. We're in trouble. Get through here. We are really in trouble. Hopefully we can feign. Please feign. Oh my, that was so close. Oh, I'm poisoned. This may be the end of me. The health is ticking. I need this guy to go away. Oh, the health is ticking fast. Okay, he's gone. I don't know if Iksar regen is gonna take through. Is gonna. Yeah, no, I'm ticking down. We're ticking down, folks. Gate. We're gonna gate. We're gonna gate for a better corpse run. We could try to run and maybe we can tap like a. I'm probably gonna pop up dead. Yeah, I'm dead, but at least I'm dead at my bind point. Tap a guard. Oh man, I didn't even get to eat my pie and I lost the level. What saw me? Glorious. Hey, you guys got what you came to see. What saw me? It was the lumpy goo. Oh, that's the guy we need to kill, and now we know he's seeing Viz. I think we'll go to the Giants and get our level back and a little bit more, and then we'll head back in there. That was a nasty poison. Lure of Death. I'm wondering, maybe I should have. I mean, I felt like the need to go somewhere safe, but I'm wondering if maybe I should have just feigned right where I was at. But I didn't want to just like throw a naked feint out there because then like how the hell am I gonna get out? So I was like, I need to get somewhere where I know there's not gonna be any mobs. Yeah, I would have died. Yeah, that's like I don't think that was probably. I probably made the right move. We just got really unlucky with the poison. I thought I had pulled it off. Yeah, basically what that would have turned into is you guys would have watched me sit there feigned, like painfully restoring health for 30 minutes just to like stand up and die. So no, that was the right move. We'll get our experience back. It's not gonna take very long. Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. I didn't think about like maybe well then also though I would have gotten punched in the face by the Iksar as well. So it was kind of a that was just a bad spot. Yeah, I got out. So like the fact that I have my corpse here and I'm not like, oh no, how am I gonna do this and get back down there is a win. Yeah, I would have had to wait out the Fang cooldown and then stand up, tap him. GCD, yeah, you're right. GCD reset and then hopefully get a feint off before he killed me. And then even then, I don't know. That poison was nasty. Because I think I was at like 12% and it just knocked me down to 0, like just like that. Yeah, it's just gate was always a death. Just saved a CR exactly. So we found like a safe-ish spot to make some attempts at Dalnir, but the issue is maybe I shouldn't. Well, I mean, I might be able to get some good experience in there, but the issue will be actually pulling that lumpy goo is actually what I need to kill for for gear. So I'm wondering like we can try to get some experience, we can try to get some gear, but I'm almost thinking the way it's looking right now is we go back to Dalnir later when we're like very powerful and it's really not as big of a deal. Even then I feel like that zone is going to be scary. Like high level players die in in dungeons because there's just the density of mobs is so high. Yeah, it's scary even with a group. We'll get it figured out. Don't you guys worry. I'm just glad you guys are here to support me. I really appreciate all you guys stopping by the stream tonight. The MMocracy channel has grown quite a bit in the last couple months, and it's been a real joy. We've got some true like hardcore EQ fans in here. And then we've got Skyless, who still watches it despite not really knowing what's going on. And that's to me is even more impressive. And yeah, of course now the spot that I like to camp is camped. But we can still do it. Let's intensify Kibantik's death here. Yeah, that is a little bit of an odd case. Starting in 2018, not many people. Oh no, we're off to a bad start here. Yeah, one mob randomly sees Invis and it's all over exactly. Oh wait, what am I doing? There we go. Luckily, this level 29 pet is a little bit of a beast. Ooh, I may have played it a little too closely there. Fear is going to drop and I don't have a whole lot of mana, but luckily he is snared. Oh, and he's on my pet too, so. Maybe not being as patient as I should. Don't even bother fearing him with the 29 pet. Yeah, he's still taking a little bit of damage. He's still getting beat up pretty good, actually. I could just throw the heals on him, though. Like this. Probably if I stayed on top of the healing from the beginning, he wouldn't be in that bad a shape. But that pull went kind of south right away with the resist on the snare. Yeah, we'll get like 4 more of those and we'll be ready to... Or we'll be at least 32, and I'll probably get a little bit of buffer. Sarnax just were not giving me the dagger. They don't want to give up the dagger. Quick forest loop. Not many people played almost 15 years of WoW before playing EQ. Yeah, you're right. Usually it's the opposite. Well, maybe not 15 years of EQ, but if you research the spell and D-level, do you just lose the research? So the spell will stay in your book. Let's say you D-leveled at a spell level. The spell will stay in your book. You just don't... You can't use it. You can't, like, click it. You can't take it from your book to your bar. So it's not a huge deal if you D-level as long as you got the spell. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Like that's why I wasn't like raging throwing my keyboard or anything because I was like, yeah, first trip into Dalnir, sitting on 5% of experience, like this is probably gonna be a thing. And you should always, pretty much always be prepared to lose experience. Anytime you go do anything new, you should make it hardcore and lose the research. Well, luckily I was only 32. So even if I lost the level going back to 31, which I did, the the spell, the spells that I like researched, I researched at 29. So like Cabantic here, he's a level 29 pet. It's hard enough to get. The words are, yeah, words are rough. We got another evergreen. I just need to wait. Need to wait on mana a little bit. Actually, we need to buff Cabantic here again. Do I have the words for Collarbones? Yes, and I think I have the words for Invoke Shadow. That's the pet, right? Pretty sure I have the words for both. Yeah, it is huge. It was crazy, like how I struggled for words for a majority of the time I've been playing, but then for some reason I have my level 34 pet already researched, so or not already researched, but like already obtained the words. As long as I don't fail the research, then we're good. I interrupted my own spell. You gotta wait like 3 to 5 seconds after you stop moving because of the lag in this game. Yeah, that's 50% mana just to get all 3 dots up on him. I could probably get away with not fearing again. I think that's probably the play. I can pull my pet back, then just send him out. So it'll just be like a 1 fear. That'll save up on some mana if my pet can keep aggro. And I like how the leech spell gets your life all the way back up, or pretty much all the way up. Yeah, it's a nice change from when I was like doing this with a level 20 pet and struggling. This really is the spot to get your words if you're doing solo self-found and you can't go buy those spells anywhere. Or can't have somebody go like sorry. Like I feel like what I would do if I needed this, if I was doing this non-solo self-found, is I would get a port out to pay Neil on my enchanter and then just like illusion myself into a dark elf and go into pay Neil and buy the spell using the alliance. Yep, it does. I imagine at Collarbones because I'm at the very tippy top end of this Lich spell. And I remember just like last time where like the last level before you get your new Lich spell, the mana was like you're like just struggling for mana, and then you get that new Lich spell and you feel like invincible because you've got so much mana. Yeah, like 2 more of those and we'll be up there. Yeah, it probably will require a little bit more micromanagement. This one I can just put on and forget about. Versus the next one I'm gonna have to pay attention and keep it on only when I'm able to. Let's see. That guy wasn't very smart trying to fight that evergreen or that greenwood. Right there, he got kind of lucky this evergreen didn't aggro him. Oh, that GCD reset is so nice. Oh, he resisted my fear. My feint is fizzling. I fell to the ground. I guess we're just tanking this one. Nah, we're gonna fear so we can regen some mana while he's running. It's kind of cool. You can pretty much tank through it with that lich, or the leech. The leech is so impressive. Between leeches and taps, I could probably just... Hey! Reding 32. Between leeches and taps, I could probably just base tank these giants. That ding doesn't count. Next fear at 34, I'm going to feel unstoppable. Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully I'm unstoppable enough to go into Dalnir and get some gear. In all honesty, the gear that I'm in there looking for, is it really truly going to make a big difference? Probably not. Yeah, I don't know about that either. It's probably not going to make a big difference. I'm definitely not taking like the optimal route. I'm doing the let's go do something different route. Because the optimal route would probably be either staying here and doing giants or Sarnax. I don't know. What else is there out there at 32? I'm kind of approaching the upper end brutes. The brutes are actually lower than the giants, so those are good money. Dak Dog swears by the brutes. He did brutes like religiously for quite a long time. But I'm kind of reaching the upper limit of like what I've done on an Iksar, to be honest. There's a Yeti cave in Redlands. Let's take a look at that. I don't think it starts until like mid to high 30s though. Yeti, Tundra Yeti. Let's see. Tundra Yetis are 30 to they're 30 to 35, but I wouldn't want to go here at 32 and then fight Redcon Yetis. The Glacier Yetis are 36 to 40. I think that's a different cave. Oh yeah, that's that cave. The cave I'm talking about is this one and this one. Those have, I think, the other Yetis. And the Tundra Yeti has 1575 HP. Just for comparison, let's see how much the Forest Giant Evergreen has. 936. So it would be like, it would be kind of tough. The Yakmen near Great Divide. I've never tried them. I'm missing a bag. How my bags got messed up when I looted my corpse. That's okay. I have to look at that. Kill some Yakmen. Usually try to avoid Kunark. Oh my gosh. I just got another resist. There we go. Resists are not like a huge deal, but they eat mana, and then you just spend more time meditating, unfortunately, whenever you get resisted. I need to get used to this GCD reset is what I need to do. That's Velius. I was wondering when he said Great Divide, I was like, wait a minute. Bantic's taking some punches here. Yeah, Kunark is... I think it's geared a lot more for groups than for solo play because the enemies have that much more hit points than like your standard. I'm trying to think what the snow dervishes in Iceclad, they have 1200 HP. They're level 30. What's a good like level 30 mob in the old world? Nectalos has guards that people like to do. Level... This doesn't say how much HP this guy has. High hold, maybe? Or high pass hold? I always confuse those. I'm trying to find a good mob to compare. So, like, here's... What do you usually kill down in the basement of high pass? Oh, that's high keep. That's around 30, right? Okay, yeah, here. Pit Claw Warrior. I guess they're 990 to 1234, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, Kevin, is like the old world just seems easier. And Kunark seems like it was made more for like the group setting. So being Kunark only is kind of a little bit more of a challenge. If I was a non-Kunark only, I would be out there probably soloing and getting Shrellick packs, and there's a lot of stuff that I would be doing. Do I regret my choice? Sometimes. If you want full honesty from me, I sometimes wish that I hadn't gone as restrictive on this as I did. Are there benefits to it though? Absolutely. The benefit that I see right is like I feel like I know Kunark better because I'm forced to know Kunark better. Let's see if we get this off in time. It's not looking good. Oh, we got it. Oh, he was like, you got it, but you're going to pay for it. He only hit me for 3. I like how they just run right up and bash, too. Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot about Kunark just through doing this. Will that knowledge, that esoteric knowledge of a 24-year-old video game ever really pay off? Probably not. Is it really, in the grand scheme of things, like useful knowledge to have? Probably not. I think I have an understanding of EQ that I could play myself. Yeah, you definitely have a good frame of reference. Like, how bad was 30 hell level? It was long, obviously, and kind of slow, but I did it here. I did it here in the giant fort for the most part, if I remember right. And I got a lot of spell research components. So for me, that was like the saving grace because I'm like, I'm just getting research components that I need anyway. So it was pretty slow though. I think I did about half of it on stream, half of it off. Because if I remember right, I had some stuff going on like that I couldn't like stream all of it. There's a shaman down there. How many more giants should I kill before I go back to Dalnir? That's the real question. Do we get up to like maybe half of a blue? A barbarian shaman, oh no. What did you guys think of the Monsters and Memories stream? Did you guys, when I talk about that, what I mean is, what did you think of the races? Somebody grabbed him. I guess we can just grab this greenwood. Yeah, Skyless is skeptical. I liked the goblin. I can see myself being like a goblin elitist. That's kind of where I think I'm going. They should have just copied EQ. Yeah, that's like these guys are they're I feel like they're running the risk of like an actual serious lawsuit. So I am kind of I'm with Skyless on like gauging my expectations. I feel like if you put enough of that evidence in front of a judge where you just pulled up the UIs kind of side by side and you're like, look, when you gain experience points in the game, you got a blue bar and a yellow bar. Look, all the original classes in this game are in this game. Look, all the original races are in this game and in this game. That's where I think they're like that's where I think they're potentially going to run into some issues if it draws enough attention. Duck Dog, if you haven't checked it out, I have a video on my I'm gonna pimp my YouTube here. I made a first impressions video on my YouTube that I'm pretty proud of. And I actually got like a decent amount of views on it. It's still counting. It's still moving. It's about to break 200. That's a lot for me. And then yeah, there's some other YouTubers, bigger, obviously much bigger YouTubers than me, that are putting content out there on it as well. Got some vegetables. We need to restore our vegetable stock. I used to have a full stack and then some. I probably destroyed them though. I think it has like, oh whoops, I'm telling my pet to attack me. I was like, why aren't you attacking, pet? I think it has a lot of potential to be a good game though. I think the one thing that I pointed out that a lot of people resonated with was I woke up the next day and I actually wanted to play it. And I don't really usually get that with a lot of games. Being an older gamer kind of sucks. You just don't get as like invested in games like you used to. It takes a lot more for me to be like, yes, I want to do this. And we kind of get stuck. I get stuck in my ways. Like, it has to be a certain way or else, you know, I have a hard time looking past stuff. Yeah, the lag. Supposedly, they did a flash playtest on Sunday, and there were some folks saying that the lag actually got better on Sunday. And I expect that they're gonna do the weekend playtest on the 9th, and I think the server is gonna be up all weekend. If that's the case, I really hope they have the lag figured out because there's no way you could play that all weekend. Did I watch EQOA Nostalgia's video? I have not watched the full video. I did watch a little bit, and it looks like what he did was he took a group of friends to like a dungeon. And I noticed that there was like no lag in there. And I actually asked him, and he responded on his video. I said, "Did you like deal with, or did you go to the dungeon, and was it a separate zone from Night Harbor, and was there less lag?" And he answered yes. It was a separate zone. It was not laggy, and so his group was actually able to enjoy grouping together. If that's something, because they were able to actually like do it without things rubber banding around everywhere. And if that's something you guys are interested in doing, we could potentially set that up to have a little bit of a group going. And then obviously I'll stream it and all that as well. I thought it was really cool the composer for the game actually subbed to my YouTube. I thought that was kind of neat. I was like, "Oh shoot. That's cool." Yeah, Robert Ingstrad or something to that effect. And I'm like really glad that I said something nice about his music in the video. I really liked the music though, so it wasn't like a fake like, "Oh, this music's the best." Like no, the music was like definitely it was additive. Like it added to the effect of like exploring the game. It's very atmospheric. It's not as melodic as say EQ or WoW music where you can very clearly hear the melodies. Yeah, it's more ambient. I'm a big fan of the ambient too. There was a lot of tracks on the DAOC soundtrack that I really liked that I couldn't tell you what the melody even sounded like. I just know I like the music in Zone X, like the Hibernian zone. I can't see my own experience bar, so that's why I'm like, don't screenshot that, please. Okay, you can screenshot it. EQ music is super jarring sometimes. I think it's kind of funny, but I know some people who hate it. Um, there was like a bug. I think I can't remember how you fix it. I fixed it, or else, well, I never play with the music on anyway, but I remember there was a bug where the music all sounded like a quarter step. If you know music theory, like everything we do is in half steps and whole steps, but there's like a bug where the music sounds like a quarter step off, and it just sounds absolutely horrendous. And I like EQ's music from like a nostalgia standpoint, but I can't say I've ever, well, I can't say never, but very rarely would I pull up the EQ soundtrack and just listen to it unless I just wanted to listen to a specific track for a specific reason. The first time I got a port into Lava Storm to meet my friend in Sale, yeah, that lava, like, isn't there like a big booming sound that happens in Lava Storm? I've disabled a lot of those sounds. I did figure out if the rain noise comes up as long as you mute the music for a second and then you can, or not the music but the sound for a second and then turn it back on, the rain goes away. It scared me worse than I think I've ever been jump scared. That's funny. I can't stand the howling wind noise too. Feel the bone, it's like everywhere you get that howling wind. The bug sounds. Yeah, I have the environment sounds like turned off. I don't even know. Okay, you don't hear any environment sounds here, but yeah. I think the biggest critique I have for EQ sound is just that it's not, none of it's like normalized. Let's see, what are you? You're a Greenwood. That guy's gonna grab him. There's another Greenwood. We're definitely out leveling the. We're definitely out leveling the giant fort. We'll just do a handful more giants and then we'll go back to down there. We can get some. We can do it stream. We can get some experience in there. We just have to watch out for the lumpy goo. That guy was nasty. It's still good even if it's bad, yeah. It's like good in our hearts. There's some tracks on the EQ soundtrack that are pretty good. The merchant music I think is pretty good. The Guildmaster music's okay. Uh, please don't hate me for this, but I like Rivervale. I don't like it's probably purely nostalgia, but Rivervale's music still gets me in the feels. It just oh no, I didn't even get experience for him. That's rough. Rivervale's music just like makes me nostalgic for being a kid. Like I would make characters in Rivervale and just I don't need to do that yet. Why am I doing that? And like just kind of role play. This is so nerdy. Just kind of role play in the area and just go do quests and talk to people and never really get past like level 5. But the whole area just feels so homey, and that's what they're going for, right? It's supposed to feel like the Shire or the best representation of the Shire they could do. Speaking of the Shire, Lord of the Rings Online, the Shire is. Oh my gosh, how many times am I going to fizzle? The Shire music in Lord of the Rings Online is like dope. Never played a halfling. I've made my main on Agnar was a halfling cleric. Dang, like never even rolled a halfling. 'Cause that's crazy. Except when you're forced to make a druid. Gnomes are okay. Yeah, my or not necromancer, my enchanter's a gnome. Is he coming for me? He's coming for me there. Nope. Nope. He doesn't want me to sit down. I do some days like I miss playing the enchanter. You have a good night, Skyless. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate your support here on the stream. Really wanted to make a dark elf. My very first character in EQ was a dark elf, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of the city. Like very first, way back 2001 was when I started EQ. I bought the Ruins of Kunark, not knowing that Velius was out. Like I had no concept of what expansions were or anything, so I just like went to Walmart and was like, I'm buying this, and it was EverQuest Ruins of Kunark, and it came with the base game in Kunark. Started serious as a Dark Elf and rerolled Iksar when I learned about the regen. I wouldn't say that I don't like Neriak. I think it's I think it's actually really cool. And once I learned how to navigate it, I remember I made like a dark elf. I made a dark elf warrior of all things when I was a youngster. Wow, we've gotten one blue, two blues. Always get your faction up on your Iksar. See, that's kind of why I wish, now that I think back, like it would have been cool to not do Kunark only so I could do stuff like that. How did you how did you get your faction up? Were you just killing guards or something? I don't need that spell. I need this spell. You just buy the wines. It's so funny. There's so much I don't know about this game. Is it just you literally buy stuff and turn it in? How much does it how much does it cost to go to like maybe not even amiable, just to go to dubious to where you can not get rocked as a Iksar? That's cool. Not really that much. Not enough for you to be like, yeah, it's like 6,000 platinum, bro. Now, what I did do way back in 2001 was I killed gnolls and Blackburrow on my Iksar monk until I had every single inventory slot full of gnoll fangs, 20 stack of gnoll fangs. And I feigned death my way all the way into Kinos and then feigned death at the NPC where you can turn in the gnoll fangs. And then I turned in every single gnoll fang. I think it even leveled me, even though I was level 32 or 33 at the time, so it was like still giving me a, like experience. And then I was like, okay, moment of truth, and I freaking stood up, and the guild master didn't like one shot me because that guy would have one shotted me guaranteed. Like he's like a level 50 guild master, warrior no less. I still call a bones so you don't have to all the way to the bank as long as you don't stray. That's kind of neat. But yeah, then I stood up and the guild master was like dubious. I still had to watch for the corrupt Kinos guards, I think, still wanted to kill me. Oh, this guy's got a grub digger. That's good. That's cool. Learned about faction the hard way. So I did see in Monsters and Memories there was a island with, they were called Pale Guards in Night Harbor. And those guys were KOS. So there is some of that faction play going on in Monsters and Memories as well. Waltzing into Grau on my Ogre Shaman. I thought, yeah, I thought ogres and trolls could. I thought they got along. Or are there just certain NPCs that don't get along with you? The troll SKs, they still hate they hate the other races, huh? That's funny. Giant grub digger. Um, I'm pretty sure if we die, we're still gonna de-level, but I'm kind of getting tired of killing giants. Come along, Cabantic. We need to go vendor, and then we're gonna head back to Dalnir. Oh yeah, the harm touches. So when I was doing Grob on my enchanter, killing the guards for the sweet platinum that you make in there, there's like one guy that you have to be really careful not to aggro. I don't think he's a Shadow Knight. I think he's a the Warrior Guildmaster. But that dude will flatten you like four hits of like 255 a piece or some just like some insane amount of damage. This game is ridiculous. Like I remember the first time I aggroed him, I didn't even have a chance to like think of what to do to save myself. Like he came running to me and I was already really close to him and he just like ran up and just flattened me. Instant death, insta-gibbed, as the kids used to say when we were kids. I don't think kids say that anymore. They probably don't know what insta-gib is. The first time I went to Nybright camp ever on my Druid on Blue, they was there for 2 days, no problem. Kill on rotation, sit in the middle and get harm touched by a unicorn. Hey, 43 plat. I surely do love the giant four. We didn't get any words. Um, how about lesser Fadark? That zone has some weird aggro type stuff, like the brownies. Even though they seem like they would be something that wouldn't just instantly attack you, those brownies are awful. And not only are they KOS, they're like straight nasty little creatures. Like they root you, they do all kinds of nasty stuff. I think they're rangers or druids, and they do like their full nasty druid spells. They look terrifying. I've never zoomed in on them. I know that I lost my corpse in Lesser Fadark because of those guys. Not lost permanently, but I was looking for it, and then I died again to a brownie looking for it, so I had to ask for help. And like a level 51 or 52 paladin started to help me, and he got aggroed by a brownie, and he almost died. And he was like a clear like 10 or 12 levels higher than these brownies. All right, Cabantic, you've been a good servant, but I need to throw on my invis here. And I remember watching him fight, and I was like, oh no, like I think I just got this guy killed as well. Yeah, I don't even know why I was like aggroed by a brownie. I'm not sure what I was doing because if you run straight through, like you said, from G-Fay to Mistmore, you shouldn't theoretically run into them. There may be like one that paths through that you have to watch out for. So I was probably just out goofing off, like just looking at stuff or whatever. Yeah, they are. They're pretty nasty little guys. The paladin did end up killing him, but if I remember right, he had to use lay on hands, and it came down like to the wire. And I was pretty grateful that he didn't die, because I would have felt pretty bad. I've only really been there with my in real life friends and a full group who have all been playing for 2 decades. I did Mistmore used to be the spot on P1999. I don't know if it really is. I'm gonna slash who it real quick. Okay, it's pretty popping right now. There was a few times that I've slash who'd Mistmore and there was like nobody in there. The guild riot on blue. Yeah, I think they were raiding when I was leveling on my druid just to get him up to where I could record YouTube videos with him. Yeah, Mistmore it's like it's a nasty place. They are the Zerg, but they're all in riot. I think they did the okay, he can't see invis and he's low level anyway. I think they did the Coldane or the Ring War event while I was there. I was trying to level in Great Divide, and then all of a sudden I was like, what the heck? Everything despawned, and then it was because they had started the Ring War. It's good that Blue still has a good like crew on it, though. I mean, it's sad to see that Blue is like pretty much a retirement home now. I imagine if you rolled fresh, I think somebody popped in here. They followed me, but I haven't seen them since. And they asked which server to roll on, and I said, really, it depends on what you want to do. But I told them Blue is like very tough to find groups. Like, there's been a few nights that I've said I need to find a group to record some YouTube footage. And I like could not find a group. Just like an easy group to just record some quick shots of people grouping together. And I checked all the spots. I checked like Mistmore, I checked um Crushbone. I was checking all over, just slash hooing everywhere. And the only group I could find was in Highhold, actually. That wasn't in like some really tough to get to place that was not so far out of the way. If they merge blue and green, does that restart? I don't think so. I think if they merge blue and green, which, if I remember right, is their original plan. Oop, doing the duck walk. I think it just throws everybody together, but what I don't know is how I have a full character roster on both blue and green. What's going to happen there? Oh, the brute camp is open. Are these guys blue? They're blue and green. Getting sidetracked here. If the third brute camp, if the three blue, ugh, the thing is open over here, then I may just stay here and have misleading stream info. Dalnir is pretty scary. You guys can call me chicken in the chat. I don't think this camp is going to be open. Oh my goodness. Nope, it is not open. Okay. Yeah, green was definitely like a COVID server. You have a pre-nerf COS, that's right, you told me that. Okay, we're going back into down there. The 2 brute camp is going to be just too slow. Who knows? Well, what's slower, dying and running back, or getting some experience? I definitely didn't do the like green FOMO move where you like get on and just rush to get all the mana stone and the COS and the DE masks. I didn't do that. Multiple guys as a mana stone, a few fungies. Yeah, Kevin is elite. Oh boy. What should we do? Let's get full mana just because. Why not? Got that sweet GCD reset. That is single-handedly the most expensive item I have ever gotten on any EQ server, except for I got a flowing black silk sash on which way I'm struggling here. I got a FBSS on Agnar back when that TLP launched. So I guess that's probably the most expensive. And I did get a guys. The GCD item, this is the Bracer of the Hidden. You have to target, it doesn't have very good range. You can cast it on mobs. However, it doesn't have a good range. I got it. I love how they just path all the way up here. Like, really, dudes? Okay, I got my Feint up. Oh, you know what we don't have up? We need Gate. Having Gate on the bar, like, saved my bacon. And then that's right, we're not gonna do Fear. It is, like, super important to keep Gate up, because it takes, well, actually, it doesn't take that long, but it's still good to have on your bar. Alright, let's watch. We need to watch the chat and make sure I don't start to appear. Then we need to get, I'm cheating and I have a map. Don't tell Rogine I have a map. And so none of these guys are... Oh, wow. Okay, so they do path kind of close to up here. Don't I use Gina? I'm not as elite as I should be. I had Gina all set up on that enchanter, and I will probably get Gina again now that I'm getting to the point on this guy. Is there nowhere to, like, I'm really concerned if she doesn't move. I'm gonna get like harm touched if my we're gonna go past this. So last time we got lucky, there was a guy in here and he was killing that lady, so oh, we're gonna go back to the safe little Freddy hole here. Through this. There we go. Okay. From what I've seen so far, nothing will path through here. Or if it does, it's on a very, very infrequent path. Yeah, we're kind of trying to figure that out too, neutral rockets. Like, is it because it's all and people just want to be able to see invis? I think that's it. Yeah, it's definitely not like a GCD reset item that people are just gonna like go out of their way to get. I'm using it for the GCD reset because that's the only thing I've gotten so far. I got insanely lucky on it. I was pretty shocked to see it. I don't think I've ever seen this drop. Yeah, I think it's for people who are like, yeah, and it was actually an upgrade because it's got a 6 AC and my old one only had 2, and then the C invis is nice. Even if I just use it instead of having a mem C invis, that's cool, but also for the GCD reset. Yeah, I think so. Here's the plan. We'll camp right here. We'll kill this guy. And then this goo does not see invis. Obviously, or I wouldn't be here. And then we've got a few people to pull from here. This place is so scary. Do I pull to here? Those guys are kind of a... So I'm going to have to anticipate that things will run. That's probably the... That's probably going to be the tough part. Maybe we pull it right here, and then if they... we'll go to right here. I'm the only player in this zone. Alone and unafraid, as I said on my YouTube video on the intro story for Mr. Best Friend. It would probably be ideal to pull all the way down here and then maybe get that guy. What does he have? It does always drop at the worst time. I'm going to see what that Cly Believer drops. Oh, apparently he can drop the Sarnax Ceremonial Dagger. Well, that would just be interesting, wouldn't it? Camp the Sarnax for weeks and then get the Sarnax Ceremonial Dagger in here of all places. Okay. Like trying to think. Oh, I'm starting to appear. I don't think it's an issue though. I feel like something's just gonna pop around the corner like right now. Be like, you're not doing this. Go back. Go back to the giant fort. What? My pet is not here. Where where is he? And should I be scared? What on earth? We're gonna do this just to be safe. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can you not like safely summon a pet in this spot? What am I doing? I need a Lure of Death on. I just lost a bunch of mana because I couldn't reclaim energy. Yeah, you're not allowed to summon in here. You can't use this, abuse this spot as a safe spot to pull to. I don't even want to attempt a... Yeah, it's so broken. I'm actually going to invis up while I'm medding just to have that extra layer of safety here. So what do you guys want to talk about? Because we got like 50 mana to get through. I'm a little disappointed in you, Project 1999. I should have been able to pull. Maybe I'll, or not pull, summon. I'll probably move a little bit further away from the wall. So that maybe he doesn't. He probably spawned in the wall. I don't know. I was saying he was like out of range, but I just, I guess, got lucky that a huge train. Oh, I think your pets have their own aggro table, so as long as you don't do anything to assist your pet, like they can kind of die and nobody's gonna come after you. Probably 75% of all dungeons, at least in some spot. It seems to be that way. Went to Kazakh Thul for the first time. I don't think pets follow you down. No. Went to Kazakh Thul for the first time on my druid and learned the hard way. I think maybe charm pets because you're, well, I don't know, you're linked to your pet on this too, but on these guys because they're your pet. CT is a scary zone too. Got close to the wall and pulled half the zone. Those are like such unfair deaths. Those are the most like infuriating. Like the death I had earlier, it's like, yeah, I died, but it was totally my fault, right? Like starting to appear, but I don't need to oh wait. We're gonna get away from the wall. If I can't summon a pet in here, we're kinda we're dead in the water. I'm not gonna be able to do this. There we go. Kurt Cobainer. He was not up to snuff though. We need a blue pet. You're just about to type that, nice. Zobeacon, he's a blue. Okay, perfect. So now, what spells do we need? A dot, a leech, uh, intensify death, because I can't go invis now or else my pet despawns. Alright, folks, we're gonna get rolling here. I hope the experience is worth it, because this is scary. There's still nobody else in zone. Nobody wants to... I hear footsteps. Maybe I'm just hearing things. Nobody wants to come into Dalnir. It's too scary. What I'm wondering is, are the lumpy goos or any of the other goos on the same aggro table as the coerced? It says they're not on a faction. Coerced Iksar. Coerced Iksar are on the Cly faction. So they will social with each other. And they will social with the Sarnax. I'm worried about the pet pathing in here. Like, is it going to be one of those things where the moment I hit pet attack, he's going to like warp through the ceiling and then pull half the zone and leave me down here to face the enemy by myself? Okay, we have no invis. So I guess the first... oh, shoot. He's right there. Am I going to pull through the wall? The first thing I want to determine is, can I safely... Oh. Ah. Okay, we got casting. We're going to wait till the casting's over. Oh, I think he's casting again. Nope. Okay, sorry, Zobeacon, but you got to kind of... So those two pulled... They pulled together. And Zobeacon's kind of handling himself pretty well here. He's not doing a lot of damage, but... We sacrificed him for the greater good. I wonder if there's a better spot to go to. Yeah, how much did that spell hit for? Let's see. It was pretty rough. 152. It was a shock of poison, just so these must be necromancers. I was expecting these guys to be non-casters, but the thing I'm wondering now is can I even single pull these guys? Like this guy here, can I like sneak over? Actually, you know what? I got all I'm like pointing on my with my finger when I should be using my mouse. I got all the way over to like here before I pulled him, so I'm wondering if maybe I can pull the Necromancer off to the right first. That was a gnarly hit. I guess I can sit up now. We're gonna have to regen some health here, which is gonna take a little while. And I can kill my Lich spell off because that's just slowing down my health regen. No benefit to my mana. Might be able to get the left without the right, but he might aggro the right when he comes out of that cubby. The only other thing I'm wondering is... Let me bring it over to the wiki again. The only thing up here that I can reasonably try to get is the Fly Acolyte that drops the... Or Imprecator who drops the dagger hilt. I guess he drops this. That's nice. Ultra rare, though. Do I want to just go ahead and drop down to this level? Knowing, like... Or I guess not knowing what I'm going to run into there. But is there maybe a spot in here? The Crusader is here. He's actually something I need to kill for a drop. Let's just say I went Hail Mary like all the way through this thing. Even looks like it takes some swimming. There's a barbecue room over here. That's kind of interesting. 3 is the church with a Cly Imprecator. That Roba Dalnir would be super nice. Then the Dagger Hilt is for the quest. Get the +8 int main hand. But let's just say I went all the way through. 5 is a laboratory with another Cly Imprecator. 8 is a dining room with many Cly. And 11 is the Overseer What level is he? 35 to 36. This Cly is no joke. It can wipe young groups and even high-level soloers in a blink of an eye with its deadly specials. Has a 500 damage PBAOE with massive range. You have been warned. Oh my. And then 12 is that. So that's what you got to get by. If you wanted to come down here on a character that doesn't have gate. So 3 is looking like maybe, I don't know how congested this room is or this room. Probably just as bad. This really is like a messed up zone, man. Sorry, I'm missing some comments. I came here once and noped out right away. It wouldn't be so bad if everything wasn't multi-pool. The only way you can crawl through this place is finding enough space to FD split. Yeah, they are. They're very compact. It's very dense. I'm gonna pull up the map of layer 3. I have it up on my second screen. I'm gonna get to 100% health because I need every bit I can get. Casters are way too scary if you're FD splitting, I agree. I don't think I don't think it's a viable strat in this place because you have no real room to work with. But then part of me is like, do I really want to drop down to layer 3? I guess layer 3 is not that hard to get to if I did need to corpse run. We've kind of figured out. Alright, I've got an invis and it's holding, so I'm not going to mess with that. This is terrifying. Yeah, even this room I don't think is a good room to... Oh no. Okay, I'm starting to appear. I don't want to run now. Okay, we need to just invis now, and hopefully nothing aggroes. Oof. I feel like he was watching me. He was like, I saw you do that. Yeah, okay. I guess we're gonna go to the deepest level. Holy sh. Okay. First person view. Goodness. Okay, there's a nibbler that paths through here. Ah! Guess we can kind of get away from him in case. Oh, my heart's thumping. Those things spooked you out the first time you saw them. It would be helpful if any of us knew the zone. I got a map here. We're okay. I'm just gonna get some health back and then we'll start checking out the rest of it. What's the point in like, you know, playing it and streaming it if you don't push your limits a little bit, right? I don't think I'm gonna stay in this spot, so at least the developers were gracious enough to make it like a not like you drop down and just instantly get freaking murked. Yeah, I was gonna. Oh shoot. Maybe we go back over here for now. No. Oh yeah, if okay, he just comes up to there and looks like he went back. So right here, we're gonna park right here. What is 6 on the map? 6 is a broken crypt with a one-way door. So we actually need to go this way. There's 2 of them out there. Guys, I'm really starting to go like, what am I doing? Alright. Where's the one-way door? Not there. Not there. What is going to be through here? Ah! He cannot see invis. Oh my. Uh, Now the question is, I saw goo up there. So we went through the one-way door, and then we need to go through and to the right, and there's the room with the Cly Imprecator. Scrounged up some food. Great. I'm like really concerned to walk around that side. If something is seeing Viz up there, we are in serious trouble. Okay, there's nothing up here. So we can just try to do like a run through and try to find another safe spot. Okay, we got a pathing nibbler here. I'm really concerned that I run into something here or my invis is gonna drop. By follower. Okay, this looks a little bit. Jeez. Starting to run into higher level enemies here. There's an invoker. This is a single pull room. Oh, jeez. I don't think there are any, like, I don't think there are any good spots to go to. Maybe right here? This looks a little bit better. I'm trying to, like, kind of keep myself calm here and not, like, everything is starting to feel unsafe, which means I need to, like, take a drink of water, right? Yeah, exactly. Chill here for a bit, see what passes by, see what happens. Fresh nicotine pouch. We're gonna do this. Cinnamon, so good. Oh, sit in the middle of the room and do the face edit thing. What's that glowing up there? Yeah, we're gonna call this spot like dubiously safe for now. Uh-oh, I'm starting to appear, but luckily we're in the dubiously safe spot. Oh, okay. Let's see, nothing is around. Watch him walk out. My shit's I'm swearing, my stuff's fizzling. Okay. We're gonna chill and let that invis simmer for a minute. Probably doesn't help that I'm like listening to some pretty intense music too. Although it fits the mood, I couldn't have like, oh my gosh, starting to appear again. Well, that's why I'm fizzling. My divination is level 6. I need to do like some real serious like spell practice on Mr. Best Friend and like I can't be down here in the middle of this dungeon and my invis is fizzling because my divination is 6. What was I thinking? Okay. Uh yeah, like you gotta practice your spells. All right, so are there these guys are gonna pull together if I try to pull them, but so far I haven't seen anything pass through here, which is pretty promising. This guy kind of wanders around in this room, and I've definitely seen more than one Cly in this room. I feel a little bit better knowing I have somewhere to like at least try to get to. I can try to line of sight and feign like back here. That guy's a white con. I don't want to pop around these corners and get smacked by a goo. Not seeing a whole lot. There's an invoker. There's two invokers. Ah, there's an imprecator. Alright. This would be a sweet spot to just like group up though. Yeah, thus far I have not seen anything come through here. So what does that mean for us? We have a ravenous nibbler that we can single pull. The barbecue room had 2 in it. So we have like 2 single pulls here and then a pull we can split. And we have a like kind of risky single pull here that's a caster. It's like a Jurassic Park movie. There's a couple nibblers out here that we could get. Do any of these drop the dagger is what I'm wondering. I'm going to go back to the wiki. I'm going to leave my main screen up so you guys aren't going to see the wiki. But the visceral dagger quest, we need the dagger hilt. You have to get them from the imprecators. That's where we were before. What dropped the robe of Dalnir? That robe would be sweet. So what did we learn? We learned that you have to like try to get to this spot quickly. The Cly Imprecator drops the robe of Dalnir as well. And the map goes there's definitely been imprecators around. What was the mob that wipes group? It was called Cly Overseer. Oh, that nibbler gets close. Maybe over like I'm wondering is this even safe to pop out of invis? Okay, he's gone. At some point we're gonna have to do some things. So that's what we're gonna do now. If it's the only mob that comes through here, it's still fine. Yeah, this looks okay. I see a Cly Imprecator casting, so there is one around here. I think it was back in there. Oh, good. He didn't pop through the wall. Our boy Kebab. Kebab. We need the best, only the best pets. Only the strongest in this desolate, forsaken place. Such as Janober here. We put our hope and trust in you, Janober. Janober, I need you to not only sit here, I need you to guard here. So that way you don't go running off. Oh, damn it. Janober! You were the one. Oh, man. Go away here. Oh, and I go away. I use go away so I didn't get the mana back. Uh, this is cursed. Okay, we got lucky with the second one. Guard, and I'll use my hotkey for sit. How about that? And Invis is no longer gonna work, so we can put Intensified Death, and we can put a Vampiric Curse. Although we need Allure of Death on now. Best part about playing a Chanter, what's that, being completely broken and overpowered? Oh, your pet doesn't go away. So if I was on a Chanter, I would probably be charming like one of these Cly badass enemies and then just wrecking face in this place. And you can, not mez, you can lull. Yeah, this would be easy. I just lull, like I could lull and single pull. Like, oh, there's two here? No big deal. Just lull them. Set a spawn timer so you don't run into anything without knowing when it's going to be back up. The bad thing is, like, I'm just now set up and I gotta pee like crazy. But I'm really afraid to walk away from the computer. I guess I could feign. Yeah, if you have instant viz. So for solo dungeoning, sometimes I just try to keep the same pet versus like pitting two pets against each other. But honestly, yeah, you could do that instead of lulling. Yeah, you can uh charm something and then just let it die. You can be like, I don't want this mob to be here anymore. Just charm it. Do I want to have Screaming Terror on? Would Screaming Terror save my bacon? I could put it on. I wonder what the recast timer is on this. I feel like it wouldn't hurt to have it on, but I like all these other spells I need. I need all of them. I need like another spell slot at least. I also need shielding. Its shielding is down. This is why EQ is like one of those games you don't start playing if you only have 30 minutes to play. Because it takes just a act of Congress to get somewhere and get set up to even do anything. Ideally, the zone experience modifier makes it worth it to get a little bit of experience in here. It's already 9 my time. I'm just honestly glad that we found somewhere that's not completely terrifying. I was about to wet myself getting to this point. Now, if I die down here at this point, that's going to be like, that's going to be rough. I don't want to talk about that though. We'll put ST on, or how long ST takes to come up. Not that long. Okay. All right. There's a guy over there. There's nobody over here. We need to be careful. Kabikin is hanging out, not doing anything. We got a nibbler coming. Okay, he looks like he's wanting to come to us, so I'm gonna grab him. Where is he? There he is. Um, that nibbler hits hard. Oh my gosh. Are we gonna go? We're just gonna go full nuke strat rather than let Kabekin just bite the dust here. No pun intended. Oh, they run, but I've got snare on them, so the running isn't as huge of a deal. I don't have my root yet. As far as experience, I think I saw the bar move. I can't really see. Yeah, I think I got a full blue from that, so that's kind of nice. That's gonna help make up for the amount of time I gotta sit here and med. What did you miss? I pulled a nibbler and killed him. We've had our first successful kill in Dalnir, unless you count me dying that one time. Killing myself. Um, I'm gonna take gate off because I feel like what's gonna, well, shoot, having gate on my bar is what saved me. Take Screaming Terror off. I used every one of these spells on that encounter. But I want this heal for my pet. I can't fear in here. So I got like a full blue for a kill. Actually, gate doesn't take that long to come up. Do I use spirit armor? I use shielding. I think I get my next shielding at 34, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. I can definitely grab that. Oh, you spirit armor your pet. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I haven't really evaluated like what other buffs I can put on my pet. I can take a look at that on the wiki real quick. Certainly have time. The Necro level 16, it raises AC by 11. Is that really like is that a huge buff, or is 11 AC kind of like, I mean, I've got 446, so better than 0, yeah. That's true. Screaming Terror, okay. Now here's kind of the moment of truth is the next enemy that I have to pull, unless there's another nibbler out here, is gonna be a caster. And it's this guy. And he's a yellow. I don't know if I want to tangle with him. Almost wondering if that's like, is that death? There's a Cly cohort. We're gonna get back to the Frady hole. Yeah, I'll get resisted. Do we like, do we want to try to FD split? The cohort is a non-caster. So And then there's a follower that's like, I think a pather. Yeah, I'm thinking if I pull him, make sure I'm not about to get hit in the back. If I pull him and then uh run over here, I'll be line of sighted. Probably by the time I hit that corner, I'll definitely be line of sighted in that corner. I can FD and the acolyte should be snare the caster. Well, the reason why I want the here we go. Let's just grab that guy. I don't want to watch and make sure that two of them don't come around the corner. Oh, can the pet get aggro? He can, okay. We're gonna let him get beat up for just a second. He's got a lot of health. We need to shock of poison him down. Wow. Oh, that shock, it didn't do the full amount. But now I'm getting a little concerned about mana. Yeah, these are blue. I got some sort of canine fang. Yeah, that's like another full blue. So, I mean, it's like, it's kind of nice. The canine is for, oh, it's for a Fury on a V quest that I'll never do. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll snare um, the warrior, because then when I feign, ideally the warrior is far enough away that when I stand back up, as soon as it ticks, he's going to pull to me automatically as soon as that dot ticks again on the snare. And as long as he doesn't social aggro the acolyte because he's far enough away, these are kind of tough. Yeah, he was a dark blue. This place is a little bit scary. I like how I didn't even actually make it to the room I was trying to make it to, but I was so scared that like I was just trying to get to somewhere that didn't look like as soon as Invis dropped, I was completely done. To get to the room I was going for initially, um, I would have had to have not gone through the one-way door. I'm wondering, there's probably a good chance I could single pull one of those guys. Yeah, it's really not bad neutral. Like I feel like I hit the jackpot. The safest unsafe place in the unsafest zone. The rooms near the entrance were not doable. Yeah, it really wasn't. That was like pretty messy. That spot I was trying to pull to was just not. It was a pullable spot, but the pulls to there were not gonna work. If I could like 2, 3 nuke down something and then just have my pet kind of fighting the other thing rather than trying to split pull them, then that might have worked. We want to get some loot. That's what we're here for. But even if it's just kind of an initial foray in here to just see what it's like and where you can safely pull to, that's okay too. Doesn't have to be a completely successful loot run. Not having intensified death up on my bar all the time is kind of painful too because of how long it takes for the gem to come up. Alright, Allure of Death I need as well. Never use Intensified Death? It's great. It gives your pet a really solid haste buff. Too bad these guys aren't undead. I could try doing some undead charming. Although without root, that's pretty dubious as well. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the vegetables, game. Don't want to fight him. Okay, I guess we stay healthy, yeah. Our options are like, that's kind of a scary spot to pull from because I have no idea what's like. I know there's two enemies that pass through there, but what I don't know is where they're at any given time. And he is a caster as well. Make sure there's nothing hiding over here. Okay. We're going to try to split pull these. Run, 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 run. Oh, wow. I'm already getting casted on. Ooh. Whoa. Did the other guy, like, he went back. I think we do have to do the caster. Because now they're gonna, if I stand up right now, I got 1 minute, I gotta sit here and wait. So if I stand up right now, that Clyde cohort, he's gonna tick. And then he's gonna pull. Short zone timer, yeah, it's like 12 minutes. I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to split these guys. Yeah, 10 seconds left till I can stand up. But I'm not going to stand up because of what NPAR says. I'm going to wait until it tells me it wears off down here. There it goes. And I think first person is the play here. We're definitely having to perfect our craft here. Try to make this happen. Send the pet on the other one that is close. So the issue, I guess I could have tried to have my pet fighting him, and then I would have had to wait it out until the um dot wore off. And that's kind of risky because then the pet might get murked by the acolyte. So that's why I didn't try to fight the acolyte too, because as soon as I stand up, as soon as that if I'm standing, as soon as that dot ticks one time, that other Cly cohort was gonna come running after me. Right, that room is now like empty. I just feel like as the moment I hit cast, it's just gonna grab all those guys in there. And I'm surprised I haven't seen a nibbler spawn yet. There's a smoldering goo. We'll grab him. Ah, he's close. He's closer than I thought. Help me, pet. Ah! Let's see, can the pet get aggro? I think the answer is no. I'm kind of trying to kite in this very small area. There we go. He's already down to 50% though. Not gonna run. Oh wow, I just fizzled my way out of mana. Guess we're gonna try to stab him. I'm not overly concerned. He did put one of those nasty poisons on me though. So we're gonna kill our Allure of Death because there's no telling how long that poison's gonna last. So we'll have to remember that. Yeah, that thing's ticking me down. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point, Kevin. I'm seeing a 38, 7. He didn't really look to be hitting all that hard. The poison is really what you're worried about. Does cancel magic work on poison? That's a good one. This is why I like playing on stream. You get some help from people who have done this. I'm looking at it right now. Cancel is a magical enchantment. Let's see. It's possible it does, but I don't. You guys are gonna make fun of me. I don't think I have it. It was probably one of those spells where I'm like, I don't need that right now, so I'm not spending the money. Now that I have the money, I'll definitely get it. We're learning a lot. Looks like the poison's gone. I think best case scenario for like trying to get that dagger is if I was able to break that camp in that room, I could definitely keep it broken as long as a yellow doesn't spawn. Because with a 12 minutes is plenty of time to. Yeah, they're not. Well, they go up to 33, so probably 34 will be a better time because I'll have a higher level pet as well. But we'll take the lessons learned in here tonight and we'll roll them forward when I hit 34 and we'll come in here and like probably try to break rather than messing with these guys over here. We'll just try to break these spawns. Ooh. And then break the imprecator room because you can definitely safely pull to here. And then I can just park in that imprecator room and kill an imprecator every 12 minutes and try to get that dagger. It just involves killing those two pathers and then trying to split pull the guys out of this room up here on the left. And then parking in there. Although these guys probably, they path in there too, so I don't know actually. That might be kind of tough. Let's see what we got out here. I'm duck walking. There's a nibbler there. Getting kind of close to that guy. I probably should. Yeah, the zone timer of 12 minutes, that is tough because that's potentially 4 spawns that I would have to deal with in 12 minutes. That's one every 3 minutes. I don't know if that's actually doable at this point. Or even at level 34. There's that follower. We snag him without getting the evoker. Ah! We got the evoker. Feign, 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 feign. I think my pet's done for, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, he just cast it on me. How long until Fang comes up? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're down. The pet's done for. I kind of want to see, is the invoker on him? If it's just the follower, actually. Yeah. Let me figure out what the heck I'm doing here. We might be able to do this still. That's taking some damage, but we're potentially making it happen here. We're gonna get in here and tank for him. And just pray. Okay, he's running. And we just dropped a snare on him. Don't think I had the mana to tap. I was relying on my leech spell to make this happen. Oof. That was dangerous. Oh, cool. We got it to Saren's Grimoire, guys. Yeah, I'm glad I realized. I looked up at my Empars just in time to realize he was not snared. But, so I think we've kind of figured out, I guess. No, that wasn't the camp on the left. That was the camp on. It was not even supposed to be a camp. I grabbed that follower thinking I was going to be able to snag him without pulling the invoker, and the invoker was immediately like, nah, dude, you're not doing that. And he hit me with a nuke, which broke my feign. But for whatever reason, I think I refeigned, and then I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure my pet would be dead by now if the invoker was still hitting him. So I was like, I'm gonna just like try to pull my pet back and see what all is attacking him, and I didn't see the invoker anymore, and I was like, oh, okay, we're in there. I I'm a little confused too, honestly. Like I hit the follower with a snare. Let's see if does the combat log still have it? Yes. He resisted the snare. Okay, that makes sense now. That was what I was thinking, but that confirms it. So I hit the follower with a snare. He resisted it, and I now have 2 enemies on me. I run back to my spot. I feign. I get hit out of my feign by the invoker. I stand up. I run back further. Apparently got feign off in time. I don't know. Either that or I didn't get hit out of my Fane. That's probably what happened, actually, because otherwise the Invoker would still be attacking me, and then he would have instantly aggroed onto my pet. Yeah, and would it, so I think maybe I didn't actually get hit out of the Fane like I thought. We can probably look at that too and see. Okay. No. Ah, there's the answer. I begin casting. I get hit. I regain my concentration and continue casting. Essentially, if that Fane had gone off a second later, that could have went very differently. So we got incredibly lucky. At the very least, Kabikin here would be dead. And then possibly myself. This is solo dungeon crawling, my friends. This is the moments that you truly are tested as a player. You know, anybody can sit out and chain pull giants for hours and get experience. This is where you really learn to play your class. And this is a horrible dungeon though. Yes, I agree. We're doing like the worst dungeon. And for anybody watching, if you're like a Necromancer pro and I'm doing just making terrible mistakes, please, my ego is not beyond you saying, "Hey, try this." So I know a lot more on the Enchanter than I do on the Necro. We go back in here. Yeah, the Dalnir is like not ideal. Kesora is scary as well, but I think it seems like people go to Kesora more than Dalnir, so there's probably something there. Hey, try not sucking. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard to get good. No, I know you are. If you were some rando in my chat, I would be like, who is this guy? Do we want to give the... Do we want to give this split a try? Or is that like, this is where I die kind of moment? Technically, we just split two. Just now. Think you can do it. Alright, you believe in me. Kevin believes in me. I'm just trying to think what failed on the last split. Um, the caster was the one that actually made it to me first, though. That's what I was thinking is, yeah, maybe I don't snare. Maybe I just pull with like a dot. Yeah, the Acolyte was on top of me. That was what caused the whole issue with splitting it on the last go. He did cast on me right away, and then I resisted like a... Oh, we got a Nibbler here we need to deal with. He cast on me right away, and then... Oh, I got interrupted. And I resisted, and then for whatever... Okay, apparently I can't see past that rock. Now I'm fizzling. What is going on here? Why is he like... I just want to proximity pull him. Yes. Yeah. Back. I always click my 7s and my 8s. Oh yeah, Kabikin's holding good. Does he run? He does. He's a runner. I would not expect this mob to run. These things are ugly as sin, by the way. And they don't drop loot. Decent experience. What if the caster doesn't cast and just runs at you? Yeah, I'm wondering if is it wise to pull with the snare or should I pull with a regular dot? I think if I pull with a regular dot and I need to get positioned to where I can see where they're both at, I can watch for when the second one resets. Well, if I pull with a nuke, then when I feign, the caster or whoever I nuke will immediately reset um after I feign. And so they'll be like kind of working, they'll be walking together versus for whatever reason the AI on this game, if it's dotted, the mob that's not dotted will split up and go back, and the mob that's dotted just stays where he is. But that is an idea, yeah, there is if the one is close, but if they both walk together, then the pet goes and attacks. The pet's kind of the wild card because if he gets too close to the other one, because now I'm thinking if they're both too close to the pet, then the pet's just going to get wiped out. Excuse me. We need to buff him. Screaming Terror. Yeah, I guess I could try standing up and Screaming Terror one of them and hope that he resets. I don't know how far they go before like the Screaming Terror wears off or how that works. That might be kind of a learning point. I'm gonna try to put Kabeacon over here. I need a little bit more room. I just don't want him too close to that room. I think here is good. Like a puzzle. You're definitely like abusing the mechanics as much as you can. I think if I go to right about here and I dot one, yeah, I'm sure what this is what, yeah, I'm sure. Surely they thought of this. They knew we were going to do this. If I go up to, make sure there's nothing nasty out here that's going to come running at us. I can't really cast on the Acolyte. Well, maybe we try the cohort again, we try a dot. Then we run to over there. Hopefully by that point, the Acolyte is reset. And then the cohort, if he's just chilling right here, then we're good. A little bit nervous. Here we go. I'm gonna fizzle. Run, 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 run. Uh-oh. Nah, we're in trouble. Now Kabeacon is, he's a dead man. Oh, they're still hitting me. Frick. Tap. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're done. We died. At least we died in a decent spot. Okay, I got a bio. Rip. Yeah, that's down there. Down there is a wrap. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get my body, but I'm gonna bio and you guys can watch that fun here in a second. They hit so hard. I'm like a little bit nervous to even try to get my body. That went south so fast. Yeah, I did try doing the snare the first time and it didn't split them. But I didn't die. So it's kind of a probably was the right move. I wonder if a harm shield would have saved me. Maybe I need to keep harm shield on my bar. Yeah, it does work. I know what you're talking about. I've split with snare before, but for whatever reason, did not it did not work for me. That's why I tried the naked dot, and we saw how that went. Yeah, I'm using Dooming Darkness. Let's see. Oh, somehow in the panic I clicked walk. Oh, now we have to try to recover a corpse at the lowest level of Dalnir. We've already gotten down there once. We can do this. Honestly, the levels are pretty easy to traverse. What could really get us is if we we have a an invis drop at the wrong time. That could be the dooming moment. Yeah, there's not a lot of room. You can't, when you run back, you can't really see because you're going around corners and you can't tell what. You can't tell what they're doing. These giants look like a vacation compared to what I've been doing. I want to go back. I want to go back to the giant fort. Dalnir is so nasty. Alright. Gotta keep my wits about me here. Fear is the mind killer. Who said it? Does anybody know what that's from? I said, fear is the mind killer. From a book. It's so dark, I can't really see where I'm at. I have that line. It's from Frank Herbert's Dune. Yeah, fear is the little death that kills. I must not fear. When Paul Atreides sticks his hand in the box, the Bene Gesserit gives him a box to put his hand in. And it's going to cause him, like, intense pain. Oh, goodness. And it's to test him. The guys in Dalnir are like, I bet you wish you'd have stayed at Brutes, buddy. Alright, so we died in a good spot. Excuse me. Yeah, they were honestly surprised. Yeah, when was the last time anybody was even down there? We died in a good spot. As long as we can make it there, I just loot and get the heck out. And we come back maybe at 34. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to just get there and... We're going to go down 2 levels. There's going to be some points where I'm going to have to, like, probably sit, which is not ideal. Although we know one safe spot to sit in. That's what we'll do. We'll go down to the 2nd floor. We'll sit in that safe spot. I can't even see where the cave is. Oh my gosh. Where is the cave? There it is. Can you guys see? I can't see. I gotta look at my OBS to see. Probably cheating. Sorry, devs. Yeah, I can, like, just barely see. I would crank the gamma up on the stream. Oh, you said it's not too dark. Okay. Yeah, that's because I have the gamma turned up a little bit on stream. And that's purely for the viewer's enjoyment. Because clearly I'm not benefiting from it at all right now. Alright, here's Dalnir. Okay. I need to do some things real quick. There we go. Alright. Invis is up. Like, part of me wants to refresh my Invis. But sometimes you get like a crappy Invis. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it's a gamble. I can't even see where I'm at. I need to go into first person. Okay. We go all the way down. Here we go. Do we really need to do we really need to stop in this spot? Probably. I got 10%. We're just gonna go for it. And Viz drops here, we're in trouble. Yeah. We want some health. We're out of food and drink. As long as there's no C and Viz enemies up here, then we'll be fine. We just navigate through that river and then find our body. We get the hell out of here. I'm like a little bit concerned that if Invis drops here, the stuff behind me will like aggro through the wall. There's a goo up there. Those invisible walls are killers. Yeah, I'm like, wait, it's a gyrating goo. It's not a sea invis goo. The lumpy goo is the one that sees invis. I got 10 minutes left on this invis, and I'm like, do I refresh it or do I just leave it? There is no correct answer. It is completely a gamble. Oh shoot. I traded the food to myself and popped myself out of invis. Oof. Okay, well I think we learned the answer to whether or not stuff. Alright, forage, you're gone. I can't have that happen again. If that had happened in the wrong spot, that would have been just like the end of it. We're gonna give invis a second to decide whether or not it's actually a clean invis or not. And even then, like, some of them only last 2-3 minutes. Ooh, man. Alright, let's go. Watching the invis. I'm watching the invis. I go left. Here's the river. There's the invoker. Smoldering goo does not see me. There's the jerks that killed me. Here's where I would play my sound effect of the Final Fantasy fanfare for you guys, but the sound effects are broken right now. Okay, that... I'm not going to say what I'm thinking just yet, because I don't want to say it too early. For all I know, there's something on like a 45-minute path through here that's about to find me. Stupid food that almost got me killed. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Your gate is too unstable. It collapses. Oh, we did it. We freaking did it. We didn't lose our Bracer of the Hidden in the bottom of Dalnir. We've gotten... I have made almost no experience tonight. That's okay. The experience I gained is up here. We go kill giants. Let's go kill giants for a few minutes just to like try to put a dent back in the experience. And then I'm taking suggestions on anywhere you guys think might be a good spot to get to 34. And I think 34 will be the next that'll be the next point I try to go down into Dalnir. Do I feel more confident in myself? Yes. No one asked that question, but I'm going to answer that question. Do I feel more confident in going to Dalnir? Yes. Did we see some hair-raising moments on stream tonight? Yes. Was it more entertaining for you guys than me fighting endless hordes of giants? Absolutely. It's doable. It's just really tough. Yeah. I have figured out like kind of I've learned a little bit of the lay of the land. That's the most I've ever that's the most I've ever done in Dalnir, for sure. I've never gone there past the first level. Would I like to take my chanter down there and like just get revenge on those guys? Absolutely. Yeah, I need plus HP. I need gear. I just need anything I can get. Dalnir is hard. It's not for the faint of heart, for the weak-willed. That corpse run had me like, I don't want to say shaking, but like my heart rate was up. That point where I traded myself a piece of food and broke my invis was like, what? That was not good. I'd be willing to bet the root camp is not camped. I'm not gonna find out though, cause it's already like 10 o'clock. I'll kill giants for a little bit. You guys feel free to stick around, but I'm done with Dalnir. Yeah, the brutes are a gold mine. They are very nice. I wish I had more water. Should have grabbed a water when I was up. I had a one-track mind of like, I need to get in there and get my body. My bags are probably all jacked up too, yeah. But you over there. Yeah, it really is. It's like easy and it's good money. These guys can be good money too. They're just a little bit more RNG heavy. Like if you get a grub digger or the foreman tunic, you're gonna cash out. But it seems like on the brutes, like every other mob is just throwing stuff at you. You're getting like flame agates that are worth like 7, 8 plat. You just get a ton of gems. I don't want to let this giant go. You're not getting away, giant. Gem pinatas. Yeah, that's well said. Oh, I put Shaka poison on my bar and not fear out of habit. Or I think I had it on my bar. I don't think that's an issue because he's already almost dead. They run funny. They run like, kind of like toddlers. Oh, you're talking about the brutes. The brutes kind of run like everything runs like toddlers. Have you guys ever seen the Iksars do the monster walk where their arms and their legs get out of sync and they're like it's it's kind of a rare visual bug. I've only seen it probably twice. It's freaking hilarious though. Yeah, I think I still ended the night at a net positive. I'm gonna kill a few more giants. I think I ended the night at a net positive of experience. And we learned of a decently safe spot to go to and down there, or a couple of them that you can stop to rest. Maybe one is not really the best to pull to. I could change my. Yeah, I do. You're right. I think so. If I do this one. Oh no, that one's bad. This one shows your experience. Oh no, it does. You can see it a little bit better. I don't like the spell icons though. They're awful. So I just go with this one. I need to get that Duxy UI or whatever. You can change all that if you know what you're doing. Probably like a little bit of a time commitment that I don't know if I want to sign myself up for modding the EQ client. I actually saw a streamer that was doing that. He was modding EQ like on stream. I think he was how I found his channel. He was a YouTuber and a streamer, and I found his channel because he was complaining about Pantheon and how like I guess Pantheon made some sort of like update post where they're essentially selling like a very like restrictive small portion of the game to just try to make money. And I was listening to him complain about that. Oh, cool. My Monsters and Memories just hit 200 views. Just swapping with files. Ah, I got you. Hardest part is finding the right files and folders, and some components aren't compatible. Yeah, I could look into that. I play this game enough. Maybe that's something I need to do. Can I mod it so I can actually see at night? I can't wait till level 34 for Call of Bones or whatever the Ultravision like shapeshift spell is. I remember back in the day, like P99 when it first released had the map. It had like they hadn't taken everything out yet. It still had the original, or not original, but like the lighting. You could play with the new character models if you, there was like it's come a long way. I did get my corpse. You missed it. It was there was a point I think you left. I was zoomed out just a little bit and my auto forage went off and I accidentally traded myself a piece of fruit and it caused my invis to drop, but I just got lucky that I wasn't in a really bad spot. Yeah, it would have been like I would have been worthy of clipping. Like if I had died, you guys could have clipped it and it would have made a funny clip on for the stream. But it was like it was a little bit concerning that that happened, so I actually took forage off and I haven't put it back on yet. I don't even know why I still have forage. Like why am I still using it? Like I should just go buy the yeah, it is. I should just go buy the 2040 stack of muffins and milk and just call it a day. Yeah, because it's not like I can't afford it now. Like maybe levels 1 to 10 where I was just absolutely strapped for cash. But I've got almost a thousand plat on this guy now, which I'll probably burn through getting my research up because I think research is now 2 plat per point, and I'm at level 80, and I'm like research. I think you need to get to 170, so I have like 90 points of research left. I'm doing some math here. Let's just say at an average of, we'll just say 3.5 plat. That's 315. That's not too bad. I don't know if anybody knows how much it costs to level your research to max. I would love to know so I can at least have that number in my head. Think what's the highest level research? The level 49 pet is a research pet and it requires 184. Haven't done it since green. Lucky. There were so many words on vendors, so I just bought them all and made spells right below my research level. Nice. Yeah, I bet whenever these zones were popping, you had like words everywhere because everybody was just vendoring them. Cab was like a general store for words, yeah. Everybody making their Iksar Necros. Everybody waits for nobody plays Necro until Iksar come out. Like some people do, but most people don't. Yeah, the numbers, I wouldn't either, Kevin. The numbers like don't lie. I didn't realize how staggering it was until I read the wiki about the difference in like your output. And I was like, dude, it's that good. The regen is that good. It's not like, oh, you roll an Iksar and you get a little bit extra regen. It's kind of nice, but you know, if you really want to play a Dark Elf, no big deal. It's like no, like make an Iksar. There are very few instances where I will not choose the best race. Yeah, like when I first started the game, I would play like uh suboptimal race class combos. Ooh, what is best for Enchanter? High Elf has the most charisma, I think. But the thing with charisma is you can max your charisma at a pretty low level. I don't think Enchanter race matters as much as like Necro because of the regen. And I'll say Gnome is the best because whenever you go charm a sand giant on a gnome, it looks so much cooler. So like instantly I'd say that's the best. What is DE best for? Being able to kill everybody else's guards and not having to travel from Kunark fashion. Yeah. I don't know if DE really has like a best. Because with Velius, maybe in the early game, the races, a lot of the classes have like a best. But the when Velius comes out, like the gear is just so insane. You can max out your stats. So it's kind of like some races are bis. Yeah, I think it like stat wise, it doesn't really. A lot of the classes don't really have like a best one for stats, but for like yeah, frontal stun immunity on the ogre. Although ogres have to get they're too big for some of the dungeons, so you got to kind of deal with that. There's probably an item out there. I think there is an item out there. Yeah, or a shaman, but I think there's an item too that shrinks you. I just can't remember which one it is. Potion of the Ant. You got to kind of consider little things like that. A lot of people like troll for Shadow Knight because of the regen. For Shaman, what do you think, Kevin? You're kind of the resident expert. Um, or you seem to know a lot more about the meta. For Shaman, what do you think the best Shaman race is? Ogre? Unkillable once you get Torpor. Nice. You know, I would like to one day play a Shaman. Not just, I've done Shaman to like 20 or something, but actually play a Shaman like I'm playing this guy. It's funny because Iksars get the Necro, but I feel like Iksars don't excel at any other class. Because like their warriors can only wear chain. So a lot of people won't play an Iksar warrior for that reason alone. Oh, that's true. They are. They're the best for monk because of the regen. I don't know how I forgot that because I was an Iksar monk main on EQ long ago. That was like the first class that I actually played past level 20. There's too many classes and not enough time. I really want to play a monk again as well. I would love to twink one out and just watch him absolutely destroy. Monks are even good like untwinked. Yeah, tail rake they do. They get that extra racial attack. They get the regen, so even when you're feigned, you can like kind of regen a little bit better. Wish I had just a solid 2 weeks of non-stop EQ. I don't think 2 weeks is enough. I had a solid 2 weeks when I went to Italy, and they made you go into like they called it ROM, restriction of movement. I didn't even eat. Like it was bad. Like I would eat like maybe once a day. And I just played EQ on my laptop for like it was more than 12 hours a day too. It was like some days were like 16. And I think I would just eat like because I was on restriction of movement, I couldn't be like I'm going to go out to eat. I remember one day I ordered like a sandwich from a sandwich shop and they delivered on the base I was on. And then after that I just had those little trays of like ramen that were they came in like it's like ramen that comes in a tray with a little seasoning pouch. And I would eat like one of those a day. You guys are like uh really reminiscing right now. That's cool. We did that whole Xbox LAN party thing too, where you'd have like an Xbox in the kitchen. Like some people only had. Oh, did I just get a clarity? Huh. It looked like somebody was trying to put a clarity on me, but I don't think he. Oh, he's probably trying to breeze me. Yeah, people would come over, bring their Xboxes, bring their like little tiny TVs. We'd have like cables strewn out all across the house, the LAN cables and the power cords. And dudes we'd all be playing. We would try different maps, but like Blood Gulch on Halo was just like the spot. Because the other maps were either too big or too small. You'd switch between Blood Gulch and the shoot the little one that has the two little forts. It was like the Halo version of Two Fort. Neutral rockets will get that. Two Fort was that was a good time too, man. I played friggin' TFC like in the way back in the long, long ago. Yeah, 1.4. I started on 1.3. It was just like bizarre how different the game was. On 1.3, you could still jump and not get the reticle wouldn't change. There was no like change. The reticle didn't get bigger when you shot. Like everything was always pinpoint accuracy. So you'd like jump around a corner and shoot somebody straight in the head. And then when 1.4 came out, I was like, "What the hell is this? Why is a reticle moving? Like that's dumb." CS was like not even trying to be realistic in the least bit. Or maybe they were, but it was not very effective. Tried CS:GO years after it came out. Yeah, I never got into CS:GO. I think if I wanted to play CS even right now, I would just load up 1.6 and play with all the like Brazilian and Venezuelan players that still play on, if there's anybody that even plays on it anymore. Yeah, it probably did get like really sweaty. I'm glad I didn't try to play it. I played in like some public matches for a little bit, but nothing substantial. Oh, that's true. There is probably a bunch of cheaters on 1.6 because I doubt like Valve even cares what happens on those servers anymore. Maybe if you got like a good server where people knew each other and they didn't like maybe had a password or something, but you were in unranked matches and they would expect you to know. I don't even know what lineups for nades means. And yeah, you're right. Most of the servers are like full of bots. I guess I would have to play CS:GO if I wanted to scratch that itch, but I haven't had the itch to play CS in so long. I would, if I was gonna stop and play a like OG shooter, I would just play Quake 3. But I don't even know like what the Steam charts for Quake 3 Arena even look like. It's probably like 20 players, so you have like one or two matches that you can even go into. Quake Live is probably the same. Oh, that's not bad actually. 200 players on Quake Live. I freaking love Quake. You can throw smokes from safe spots and make them land. Ah, I got you. So they like you have to do this frame perfect jump slash throw to get the nade in the right spot, and they're like, "Come on, bro, why didn't you know this?" There's an old MMO that I still have a soft spot for that has 20 players. What is it? I'm super curious. Like I'm betting 50-50 I've either heard of it or played it. Unless it's like if it's like mid 2000s and on, I probably don't know what it is. Estonia, bro, my bro. Mercenaries of Estonia. I played that in like 1999 on it was I think either V1 or V2. I never played the V3 version. I can't believe that you know about that. That's crazy. That's like reaching back, man. That's like OG. That wasn't even considered at the time. We would call it an MMO now. Remember when I said I played a lot of games? Yeah, if you know Estonia, that's like the only one I would be shocked if you knew this one. I'll put it in chat. This one is like kind of Estonia, same. So we wouldn't have even called Estonia a MMO. We called it a graphical mud because I'm old. You do know Kingdom of Drakkar. That's impressive. Like you know your stuff. Drakkar was like that wasn't mud with a graphical interface. Essentially, what Drakkar was is what EQ is, but with 2D graphics and not 3D graphics. Like it's a mud. EQ is essentially a mud running on, with a graphic user interface. Friends bro was into it, the one who played EQ for like 20 years. Yeah, that's reaching back there. Like, but yeah, I played Estonia whenever it was V2, and if I remember right, it was an all skill based MMO, so there wasn't. If I don't, there might have been player levels, but it was more like your skills mattered, kind of like Ultima. And the only thing I really remember about it was that yeah, it's all about skills. Yep. On Estonia, you like went to a newbie spot in the town. It was like you never even left the town. It was so weird. you went to a newbie spot in the town, killed like statues or knights, like statues of knights or something for a little while, and then you just went to this other dungeon called the Pentagram Dungeon, and you just did this thing called like penting. You mess up your build at level 170, you're screwed. Yeah, those old games are so unforgiving. Like, what, you didn't put the right combination of points in at the beginning of the game 700 hours ago? Start over. There's no respec. Click the pentagrams, demons pop out. Yeah, like I think I got my character up to the point where he could go penting, and I pented. That's what everybody called it. I pented for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm going back to muds. Because muds were still better than that, I think. Yeah, it was tedious. Like the player moves at like a snail's pace too. You need like 50 characters? Okay, that's even more tedious than I thought. That's crazy. That's crazy that you know that game, though. I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but you just don't meet many people online. I guess this is the right forum for it, right? MMO-based stream playing a 24-year-old MMO. Like Kingdom of Drakkar, freaking Estonia. There was like I played RuneScape when it was still called a graphical mud. It wasn't called an MMO. It was the original RuneScape. It had I didn't play when there was only one server. I think there were 4 servers you could choose from. You need to weld item stats from one piece to another. There were only like 8 things, and yeah. Trying to think. There was a website called the Mud Connector. It's not. It may still be up. I think there's a lot of people out here. That guy's a greenie. We're gonna Hail Mary pull if we see anybody there. Wow, the giant fort is. We've maxed it out. Well, I think this is a good time anyway for me to call it. I made it up past 1 bar of experience. As much as I want to sit here and talk about old school MMOs for the rest of the night, it is 10:30, so it's a good time to call it. Yeah, I still play old school RuneScape too. You know what? We'll med and get some mana, and I'll reminisce for another 3 minutes or so, and then log off. But yeah, the Mud Connector was the name of the site, and on the Mud Connector, you could filter all the muds. I don't know if you guys played muds. That guy's got he's got a hammer. I don't need the hammer. You could filter all the muds by like different categories, and so there was a mud out there for like everything. There was a mud based on Dune. There was a mud based on freaking, multiple muds based on Star Trek, Star Wars. There was some muds that were built entirely around socializing. There was a furry graphical mud called Furcadia that I think is still online. And actually, the guy, Dr. Cat, who worked on the original Ultima series, is the one who runs it. He goes by Dr. Cat. That's kind of his online handle. And anyway, you could filter it by graphical mud as well. And at the time, there was only like 20 games on there, and one of them was Tibia. I don't know if you guys ever played Tibia. That was like another OG graphical mud slash MMO prior to EQ. But yeah, it was like Tibia, RuneScape, Drakkar was on there, Estonia was on there, and then there was a bunch of them that were like, there was one based on ancient Egypt that was really weird. Oh, those kind of games, Neutral Rockets. That's like a BBS door game. A lot of BBS door games had that. You could only do so many moves per day. Like Trade Wars, if you guys have ever heard of Trade Wars, that was like a text-based Star Trek-esque trading simulator. Those were all great. You don't really I don't know. Games are so common now. Like, yeah, I could just spend eons playing free to play games. Back then you had like a list of 15 to pick from. Like You had Muds, and then you had those games that I just named, and like that was pretty much. Oh, and Neopets. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that. My sister fell down that rabbit hole. She loved Neopets. Wish I could remember the name of it. There was one BBS store game. It was called like Lair of the Red Dragon, or Kevin played the hell out of Neopets. Legend of the Red Dragon was a BBS door game that I think was similar to what you're talking about. Yeah, players can take a certain number of actions every day. There would be players who just knew how to expand their armies and destroy everyone around them. Yeah, I never got into the Neopets thing. I was playing EQ actually by the time Neopets was out. Maybe I did get EQ in 2000, the year 2000. Maybe I'm thinking it was 2001. It was 2000. I've been saying 2001 the whole time on my stream, but you know what? I got my years mixed up. The reason why I know it was 2000 is, yep. No, it was 2001. Nope, I'm getting confused. I'm old. I'm old. Leave me alone. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure through Dalnir, watching me die multiple times. It was a little bit hair raising, but it was a lot of fun. And I want to thank you all for your viewership and your support for this channel. If anybody watching hasn't dropped me a follow yet, if you'd like to continue to follow my journey through solo self-found EverQuest, I encourage you to drop me a follow and check me out on YouTube as well, where I'll be posting these streams as well as content about upcoming MMOs like Monsters and Memories. So I want to thank everybody for watching. This is the MMocracy. Have a great night, and I am out.